How you doing, everyone? Welcome back. Well, in case you haven't seen the news, Donald Trump has been signing some executive orders. He has to have people explain them to him before he even knows what they are, right? But, he says that he's not a dictator, but he also wants to be the president of Europe or something like that. I don't know. I don't get it. He said so many things that, let's just say, like always, he used a whole lot of words to say a bunch of nothing. But he's still got his very authoritarian tendencies, and some things he said were actually very coherent. For example, right? For example, he wants to start sending the National Guard into, other places, Chicago, or, eventually it'll be New York City, Baltimore, Seattle, all kinds of places, right? All kinds of places. But lately, or not lately, but he's this is not the first time that he has suggested this, but he actually signed an executive order, which, keep in mind, an executive order is not law. It is not law under our Constitution. So, whatever he signed, whatever, it doesn't have the force of law behind it. Basically, he, with the stroke of a pen, thinks he overturned a Supreme Court decision from either 1989 or 1990, Johnson versus Texas, the flag burning case that held that burning the United States flag is a protected form of speech. And quite frankly, I agree. It is. Do I like the idea of burning a flag? No, not really. Not really. But you've got the right to do it. Donald Trump, under his executive order, has decided to make it punishable by a year in jail. A year in jail to burn the flag. He says there's an epidemic of flag burning across the United States and that it incites riots. First of all, no, it does not incite riots. That's just factually not true. And second of all, your pen does not eliminate a Supreme Court order. Your pen does not eliminate the First Amendment. Now, as a veteran myself, right? As a veteran myself, I fought for that flag. The one that you see right behind me, actually in a couple of different places. You see it right there and right up, where is it? Over there, right? I'm sorry, I'm seeing things, reversed, so it's kind of hard for me to... Anyway, I don't want to get distracted here. I have worn the uniform of the United States of America, right? I've saluted that flag, and I still salute everything that that flag is supposed to stand for. Supposed to stand for. Which includes, if you find it offensive, well, that doesn't mean that it's not protected speech. I don't remember which of our founders said this, and I'm paraphrasing. I may hate what you have to say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. I don't remember who that was, but it was one of the founders, and again, I'm paraphrasing it. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is, right? several years ago when I was still a Republican, they actually tried to put into the platform something about an opposition to flag burning, which is fine. You can oppose it all you want, but they were calling for a law to ban it, which, again, violates the First Amendment. And I stood up at that convention and I said, no, 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 no. And the reason why is because if the speech that we don't like is not protected, the speech that we do like is not protected. So maybe you hate what I'm saying right now. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe I hate everything that you say. And that's also fine. If I hate what you have to say, that's all the more reason for it to be protected under the First Amendment. And if you hate what I have to say, that's all the more reason for it to be protected under the First Amendment. Right? So, threatening flag burners, claiming that there's an epidemic nationwide of burning the flag, which there is not. There is not. I don't know the last time I have seen a flag burned. But he's claiming that there's an epidemic. Claiming that it incites riots. Well, no. What it is first of all, you don't understand what that flag is supposed to stand for, Donnie. That you don't get to amend the Constitution with the stroke of a pen, like you tried to do with the 14th Amendment, like one of your first couple of days in office. So, a year in jail for burning the flag, huh? A year in jail. Let's see. Like I said, I generally oppose flag burning. Generally. But I'll tell you what. Tell you what. That's right. It's a blaze. A year in jail? As a veteran, I hate the fact that I just did that. Really. I hate that form of protest. But you want to threaten a year in jail for free speech? Come and get me. I'll see you next time.